Hey everybody. So Duke tonight wins the ACC, man. I mean, god dang. I don't know really what to say. That is embarrassing that 8-5 team now was 7-5 team won the conference. Really unbelievable and really, really embarrassing. God, dude. It's like every possible thing that could go wrong for the ACC, for the ACC's reputation, is and has gone wrong. I don't know what in the world. Well, first of all, thanks, Virginia. You have this freaking magical season and choke it away right at the end. Well, I guess my Jackets can relate to that. We did the same exact thing. Hell, all the ACC contenders did the same exact thing at one point or another. They, you had SMU. All they had to do was beat Cal, and they were in. I mean, they made it to the very last week of the, season. Louisville was looking really good. They lost 4 straight. Pittsburgh, well, they weren't as bad, but they did have everything to play for against Miami and lost, but at least Miami was a good opponent. Miami losing to Pittsburgh and SMU, the two best teams that they played on their schedule, while beating Notre Dame is commendable. I mean, that wasn't a conference game, so due to that, you don't even get in the conference title game. Georgia Tech, of course, literally played Pitt. You win and you're in. You get a home night game, senior night, home field advantage, sellout crowd, piss down your leg, and freaking lose. And Virginia, they, only had one ACC loss. And they had already dang beat Duke. They already beat them like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They beat them like 34-17. It's like, dude, I don't know, man. Duke came to play. Duke was ready. They weren't just going to roll over. Yeah, they were 7-5, but they weren't just going to roll over and let Virginia get an easy ACC win. First game ever to go into overtime, ACC title game. And it was a really good game to watch, but it was like, I don't know. It was like you own a fireworks shop and it's like burning down and it looks really cool, but still that's your store burning down. That's kind of how that is. Like it looked awesome, but damn, this is absolutely humiliating and embarrassing for the ACC. We might not get a team in. Our best hope now is Miami with an at-large bid. The ACC is really lobbying hard for Duke to get in now because they have and yes, they have 5 losses, but the ACC actually does have a bit of a good point here. There was one particular stat that I saw that kind of convinced me the other way because obviously you're looking at Duke versus James Madison for the to get in the playoffs. And no, it would be stupid to put a 5-loss team in like Duke, but Duke has wins over 7 or now 8 Power 5 teams, while James Madison has none. So, I don't really know. Just because they won a bunch of Group of 5 games, I guess that's more than Duke can say. But Duke does have better wins. It's not an easy scenario. But now Duke has a really good win over, Virginia. So, I don't know. I'd probably put Duke in if I was the playoff committee. And is it stupid? Does a freaking 5-loss team belong in the playoff in any situation? No. But auto bids were stupid in the first place. So you're going to have either a 5-loss team in there. And I'm not going to complain if they add, JMU in there. I'm just saying, like, it is a good point. Like, Duke actually plays a Power 4 schedule. James Madison doesn't have a single win over any Power 4 teams at all. So, yeah, they have better wins. Now they're putting what is it, Miami up there because of the wins that Miami has. So why not put Duke up there? I won't complain if they don't wind up adding Duke, but it is an interesting thought experiment. But this is the problem with auto bids in the first place. There are two things that are extremely flawed. First of all is the ACC tiebreaker situation that allowed Duke to get into the title game at all. And no, I'm not talking about just because they have 5 losses, you shouldn't let them in. If you look at why Duke got in, it's because their conference opponent's strength of schedule was so high. But hey, the two teams, Georgia Tech and Virginia, that made their conference opponent win percentage so high and got them in the title game in the first place, they freaking lost to. It shouldn't count, okay? Your opponent freaking record shouldn't count if you haven't beat them, but it does, and that's the reason that freaking Duke got in the first place. Another thing that's flawed is the auto bid system. I don't think there should be auto bids in the freaking playoffs. Yes, would that result in, the SEC getting a million teams in? Yes, but on paper, having auto bids is silly because of exact situations like this. Now you're forced to you're forced to waste a spot on a group of 5 teams. Well, you're already forced to waste a spot on freaking Tulane. Then you got to waste a spot on either James Madison or Duke. So, I don't know. Or maybe Kennesaw State. I don't know, dude. It is a completely flawed freaking system that we have run the sport. It really is clownery to an extremely high degree. And this is just such a horrible look for the ACC. Like, every contender in the ACC shit their pants in some way. And a freaking 8-5 team winds up winning the conference. Absolutely humiliating. Not to mention we have 2 West Coast teams that have no business being in the ACC. SMU is a good addition. Clearly they're a successful, pretty good team, but Cal and Stanford don't belong in the conference. That was a huge mistake to add them. I said it when they added them, and I'll continue to say it. It's clearly evident. I've also been saying that the ACC is a dying conference. It's going to die. It's going to go away because of shit like this. Besides the play on the field, the ACC is just a horribly, horribly ran conference. All these decisions administratively in the ACC are what's led to this night right here. So, really embarrassing. We're the worst Power 4 conference. And it's horrible. And a lot of people celebrate this. I don't really know why. The Pac-12 was a horrible conference, horribly ran, but that doesn't mean I wanted to see it go away. That's what it's going to freaking result in. I know it's funny to laugh at us, but we're gonna go towards super conferences now. So anybody laughing at the failure of the ACC, look, I get it. You want your conference to be better, but laughing at a failure this extreme, this level, is not good. Like, not good for the sport. You're getting to territory that's not good for the freaking sport. So 3 super conferences incoming. And no, that's me saying that is not a freaking reaction to tonight. That's been coming for a long time, and I've been saying it for a long time. And I have receipts on this channel of me saying that for a long time. So the only thing I'm worried about is where my Jackets are going to land because, look, it's a special kind of fear, and this fear has been going on since, Texas and Oklahoma announced that they were leaving to go to the SEC. It's a special kind of fear, not knowing if your team is going to be a part of big-time college football anymore. Being relegated to Group of 5 status, much like Oregon State and Washington State, is a horrifying thought. Like, yes, maybe we're bad. Maybe we've been bad for a long time. And I'm not talking about Georgia Tech. I'm just saying in general. My team, if they could be bad for a long time, I can accept that so long as one day we have a chance to get it together and have the ability to compete at the highest level. We might lose that. A lot of ACC teams are going to lose that. Teams like Boston College, maybe Wake Forest. Hopefully not my Jackets. But this is a cry for help. Georgia Tech administration, please have something lined up for when this shitty conference goes under. Georgia Tech is not a proactive. Georgia Tech is ran very similarly to the ACC, and that's a huge problem. They're a very reactive program. We need to be proactive. We need to see the writing on the wall, and we need to do what's best for the school, or else we're going to get left behind. That would be a complete nightmare. So, anyway, that's my thoughts. That's what I'm thinking about tonight. Oh, and freaking Georgia won today, too. So, pretty much a terrible day. But as far as that goes, well, I'm looking forward to seeing the third matchup between Alabama and Georgia. See how well that goes for y'all. All right, go Jackets. I'll see y'all next time.